And hello, everyone who's here joining me real time or as a recording. I'm Alex Levin. You're here with me and us. There's several of us here, I guess, today um, on YouTube channel, Sun and Moon Yoga Studios YouTube channel. And I'm thinking to do something a little different than I usually do. Instead of talking at the beginning, I'm thinking of diving right into our 12 minutes of meditation a little earlier, but a couple words. So you can be setting up your seat, you can be stretching, you can be just deciding what shape you're going to take for our 12 minutes of stillness and meditation together. Focus, focus, focus. I've been focus eyes and getting back to basics, something like that is my title. Um, Focus in yoga is one of the eight limbs, and the thumbnail I took for this video, I made this gesture like this, like old, kind of insinuating a old time camera focus, sort of. And that's the visual focus, right? So there's that focus, but there's also the focus of our mind, of course, the focus of our attention, and it's just for me, it seems a fascinating topic of noticing where my attention goes and how riveted it can get on a topic, or how hijacked my mind can get even off the cushion. Now I'm beginning to notice how I and it's partly my personality and my makeup. Maybe other people are not like that, but I think some others of us are. So we just get to see that, and more and more I'm learning and hearing from my teachers that there's nothing to fight against if that's what's happening. I actually woke at 3:30 this morning, very kind of unlike me, and the stream that was going through my head, the particular planning. I tried to shift my attention to somewhere else, and it didn't work. For I lay there for about an hour and a half, trying to relax, or but the mind kept going, and it wasn't stressful, but it was interesting in a way. And it was interesting that I couldn't shift my mind, or I couldn't stop thinking and relax. So I got up at 5 o'clock and did stuff. So I think part of that awareness comes from the dedication to our meditation practice of just seeing what the mind will do, what it will create, what artificial personas come up. Not totally artificial, but in a way. So the eyes, I'd like to focus a little on the eyes today as well. And these are sort of there's many basics, but when we set up our seat, like really attending to that is such a basic. Of carving out the time is such a basic, and coming back to basics also helps us to remember to step into that beginner's mind, into that space where we know that we don't know, or at least what we do know is quite limited. And it's a again, you see this smile on my face today. I'm in a good place, and the recognition of that, even in difficult times, opens up the unexpected and really frees what I've been finding. It frees me from the sense of responsibility I have for that all that I think I am responsible for. And I can just really stay with what meditation silence teacher Adyashanti calls standing in your own shoes, just really staying right here and being able to discern that difference of what is mine, what is mine to offer, to care for, and what is mine to respect, but allow, and yeah, allow for what I don't know. All right, enough. Let's jump into 12 minutes of meditation, and afterward, I may guide us through a little bit of inquiry, a few minutes of inquiry before we go. on our way today. So, in setting up your seat, you could have the wall behind you. I did that one morning this week. I had the wall behind me, and that was a really sweet way to meditate one morning. I sit up on a cushion a little bit. You could be in a chair. It does help to find once you find the ground, to find your the steadiness of your pelvis, your legs on the ground, to have an uprightness. So if you are in a chair or against the wall, not to lean too much into that. Although I say too much because there's a value in leaning into that support as well. And you might also have chosen to be lying down, and that is also fine. Different energy, but fine. And I've even known for people to stand, to feel like they're so ungrounded that they needed to do standing meditation. Um, Maybe feet a little bit apart, knees a little bit unlocked. And then you might choose how to place your hands at your sides, or you might have a prayer pose, or as I do, the cosmic mudra. So let's start with bowing together. Bringing the focus of your attention to the seat, which we've already prepped. But again, taking your awareness, your consciousness, your attention to the parts of you touching the ground, the cushions, the blanket. And then taking the attention there, one of the things that's registering is how we feel ourselves in this field of gravity. And the field of gravity as it intersects with our body. Very basic to come back to this, and super helpful if you feel like your focus has run away with you or from you. So, in setting up the body position, and even if you're lying down, you may find some tweaks in a dance of leaning in and letting go. So, it may seem strange, but last week I had the sense of leaning into the earth as if the downward pull of gravity allowed me to lean toward the earth. And then, especially if you're sitting upright or standing, there's a leaning into these, I sense them as vertical lines at any point through the body, going all the way to the center of the earth. form almost a grid to lean the torso, the shoulders, the arms, the neck, the front body, the back body, the side body. Each line, like one might be dropping down from the top of your left shoulder. And if you just follow that down, follow it through the feel, you may notice how your sensing just guides you to line up into less effort. So, all that can be guided by the simple symbol of the word ground. And it's a little overlapping with another symbol, useful symbol, sound, parens, and space around. So you might sense how the field of gravity comes through your body, or your body goes through the field of gravity. And it's also all around us. Sound is coming through it. And we're breathing. And we can take three rounds of breath, just lightly following with our attention, with our focus, with our gentle focus, 3 rounds of breath. A little supplemental technique you can come back to anytime, just following 3 rounds of breath. Now, your eyes, you may have been with me a few weeks ago, started talking a bit about the eyes and how you might choose to have them closed. You might choose the slightly open, barely open gaze while the head stays aloft above the heart. And the gaze goes downward in front of you, kind of, it can be fuzzy. unfocused, without giving you super specific instruction on this. You'll find your way, just finding a way to kind of gaze beyond the pattern on the carpet in front of you or the floor or just short of it, or even your eyes so closed you're barely seeing the patterns at all. And one of the benefits here is the you become conscious of the messages our eyes are sending, how calm they are, how jittery they are, how one might be different than the other. It keeps us very attuned to the space around us, that we are not separate from the space around. And you might try that for just short periods of time, eyes open, and let your eyes close again if that's more supportive. And lightly being conscious of your own presence, as if something before, prior to the way you know yourself, your face before your parents were born. And to close this practice of meditation together, let's bow together, hands in front of the heart. And you can have your eyes closed now if you have a few more minutes to stay with me. Keeping this meditative wavelength of our mind, even if you think you didn't do it well, just by keep intention and sitting and being here, it's working its magic. And with your eyes closed, just maybe sensing into the feeling spaces of your body, the heart, the gut, the throat, the hands. Could be the mouth, the face. Really could be anywhere. Just noticing what is the predominant part of you that might be calling out to you or at the forefront of your attention. As an example, for me, there might be two different things. One is my foot is kind of pins and needles feeling, and the other is a soft openness. And I'm gesturing with my hands as well as saying these words, a soft openness around my heart. And I didn't really know those words till I spoke them. So, in your own space, if you feel comfortable, you might say the words after you listen in to really identify. Say the words out loud, just as I did for you, as if you're your own listening presence. And really listening as you're listening for the sensation, feeling, could be an emotion, could be physical sensation, could be some message thought in there. When you say them, when you listen, did they ring true? Did that ring true? Is there, or it might have rung like really true, like it just lands. Or it might have, you might notice that's not quite right. It's, and listen again, listen and feel to both the words and the felt sensing that you had. Maybe a buoyant, spacious, light and grounded feeling. Whatever it is for you, and you can say the new words if they come. And then finally, we'll just cap it off. If you were able to identify that, if this was just too outside your wheelhouse, and maybe difficult or maybe inaccessible, don't worry about it. But just see what you do feel now and say hello. Say hello to what a thought, a feeling, an emotion. Hello, buoyant feeling. Hello. This is a practice called focusing, the capital F. And we're going to bring it to a close now. You might lightly open your eyes, take a few deeper breaths, look around the space you are in, and It's a great complement to a meditation practice, and perhaps I'll keep it up, especially if I get some good feedback about it. Feel free to write into the comments, not just these chats, but in the at the bottom of the YouTube screen. I think you can leave comments. So um, it's a journey to really feel the guidance that's coming from within and feeling that true dharma, I guess, or what's true for us at any point. So I see one word was relief. Maybe that was a word, relief. So anyhow, I'll tell you more about that. And is sort of a play on as we go through the weeks, and it is sort of a play on my title today, focusing with our attention, with our eyes. But also, this is a practice codified by a man named Eugene Genlin, who has passed away a few years ago. And I think you can look up focusing.org, Eugene Gendlin, Gendlin, and it's it's been powerful for me. So I'm going to be sharing it. I've been sneakily sharing it, and I'm going to be more obviously sharing it. Thanks again so much for joining. We got a thumbs up there for the focusing practice, and enjoy your day. I hope to see you here next week. Much needed practice, the focusing. More thumbs up. Thank you. Thank you.